What's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
And what's up, Aaron? Welcome back to the show, our Wild Turkey Whisperer. This man just doesn't drink bourbon, he communes with it.
Happy to be back, especially when we're talking turkey.
So if you're just joining us, welcome. And be sure you hit that like and subscribe button before I have to listen to another monologue from B about how music peaked in the 90s or some such thing.
That's because music did peak in the 90s. In 1997, that gives us LA Confidential. It gives us OK Computer. And it gave us Wild Turkey 101. That's Noir, Radiohead, and Rye Heavy Bourbon. What more do you need in life?
Well, some of us like, really great technological advances like iPhones, air fryers, and then also having emotional availability and maturity.
So you think an air fryer is a great electronical advance? Is that what you called it?
Makes my chicken tenders good.
All right, there we go.
Life hack. You know how when you order a delivery of any type of fast food or anything that's like chicken tendies, anything fried, and it's kind of soggy, throw it in the air fryer for like 3 minutes. It's like you just walked out of the store with it.
Life hack. Don't have fast food delivered to your house. But that technological know-how is why you're in charge of our Instagram. And speaking of that, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Heather's been working hard on keeping our aesthetic on point, which apparently means bourbon bottles arranged next to succulents and books that she doesn't read because she's a millennial.
I wasn't aware you could read.
Hieroglyphics. It's great.
Did they teach that at State?
They did.
Oh, hey now.
They did.
I'm...
Yeah.
I don't like this.
You're outnumbered.
I don't like this. B, it's called branding. Look it up.
I will. I'll look it up later. Let's give the folks a little bourbon history lesson. Now, we did a wonderful segment on Wild Turkey with Aaron several months ago, and I'm going to link that right above Heather's halo, our little angel right here. But Wild Turkey has been strutting its stuff since the 1940s. But the story starts in 1954 when Jimmy Russell joined the distillery. That's right, 1954.
That's insane.
Yep.
Like, my grandmother was only 14. So, y'all, Jimmy Russell is literally the godfather of bourbon. This man has been making whiskey since Eisenhower was in the office. That is 70 years, y'all.
But he's not just a legend. I mean, he is Wild Turkey.
Absolutely.
And his son, Eddie, followed him in, I think, 1981 and eventually became co-master distiller. But together, they created some of the boldest, most consistent bourbon in the game.
Yeah, I mean, and we are all big fans of Russell's 15.
Absolutely.
We are huge fans of Russell's 15.
I wonder how we came to have that.
And yeah. There's an episode above her head. And what we're warming up with here is Russell's 10, correct?
I didn't bust out the 15 for a starter.
No. But this, I could drink this all day. And unlike most brands chasing trends, the Russells have stuck to their guns. Kind of like in Young Guns. That was a movie from back in the day too. High-rye mash bill, low barrel entry proof with heavily charred barrels. Folks, char your barrels. If bourbon were a crime story, Wild Turkey would be a grizzled detective who plays by his own rules but gets results. That's an LA Confidential reference for the children over here.
We'll take your word for it. Based on my IMDbing before this, you're basically just described Russell Crowe's character in LA Confidential, right?
Okay, exactly. He represents justice, power, but he also represents the occasional punch to the face. Serve neat.
So he's Wild Turkey.
I'm just going to act like I was born before 1999 and laugh.
None of these references are good for you, are they?
Do you even know who Russell Crowe is?
Nope. Yes, maybe. An actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
You never saw Gladiator?
Yeah, I know Gladiator.
That's
I
Russell
never
Crowe.
saw it, though, but I know it.
Oh, God.
That's
okay.
Russell Crowe.
I mean, I've been to Italy. I've seen the action.
I've been
Been to
all I need.
I mean, I never saw Russell Crowe, but I mean,
I've been
casually
to
drop over to Italy. I've also been to the Coliseum, so
Beautiful.
it's really... Let's start with the classic, Wild Turkey 101. So this one is the rock-solid foundation of everything else we have here. It is a blend of 6 to 8 year barrels, high-rye bourbon, and bottled at 101 proof.
For tasting notes, you would expect, you're looking at vanilla, caramel, cinnamon spice, and a little black pepper on the finish. It's like a campfire in a glass, some might say.
Now, this bottle, which I think there's something to their branding which has lately become, it's like understated but perfect.
It's classic.
Yeah, they've gone through a a varying degree. If you look at they've had different labels and different types of branding, but I think this with just the turkey on there and it's in the glass. I just think it's classy looking.
No, yeah, I agree.
But the price point's $25, and that proves that you don't have to need a trust fund to drink well. This thing punches like Bud White in the confession room. Y'all are going to have to watch this movie. It's really that good.
Yeah, we're going to have a movie night soon, apparently.
As the one who just purchased this, it is actually $27.95.
With tax, I guess.
No, like 29 something with tax.
Ooh, it's going up.
Inflation's a son of a gun. All right.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I get a little bit of that cinnamon.
That's Wild Turkey.
Yep.
I get the peanut.
I get a very strong sense of alcohol though. Like, I don't know if it's because it just splashed me in the eye. It literally did.
Have you drank? I remember my first bourbon.
Never drank before in my life.
You gonna be okay?
It's the first one I've ever had.
Yeah, here we are. Your first bourbon ever. That other show was a lie.
Just turned 21, guys.
So, full confession, that is out of 2 different bottles. We killed a bottle
Mid-pour.
filling 2 of the glasses, so one of them is out of the new bottle.
Y'all don't get the peanut?
I get the peanut more on the taste, actually.
I get the Pier 1 imports. You walk in, that's the first thing that hits you. The bacon spices.
Oh, okay.
Is that what
It's the candles. It's the candles.
Do you get campfire from this?
Not from the smell,
Not from the smell.
but the taste. I definitely.
Yeah.
There's the cinnamon.
Yeah.
A little smoky. I get more nut flavor on the taste.
And the cinnamon is there. I mean, this is
Oh,
you start
yeah.
getting the fairy dust that Jimmy has going through the distillery.
I swear, I think he just walked in. He's
Yeah.
like, cinnamon, cinnamon. He says it just like that, by the way.
Just that 100-year-old Jimmy Russell. Cinnamon. In his tie. So Wild Turkey 101 to me, and everyone knows I'm a Wild Turkey fanboy.
No.
At $25,
Can't beat it.
with 101 proof, you put it on the bar cart. If someone wants to make a drink, make a drink. They want to drink it straight, drink it straight. You want to put water, ice in it, go for it. You want to put it in a Coke, who cares?
Yeah. It's been interesting. A few people
Because
that...
it's under $30, as we were informed. It's under $30.
Under 30.
28,
With
29?
tax.
Yeah.
With tax, it's under 30.
There we go.
But it's $27.95 MSRP now.
See, I think I read before they got this bottle, it used to be, it looked like in 2016, it looked like the old Austin Nichols label
Yeah.
and all that. And I think they switched the bottle just to rebrand it to make it seem more premium.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, and that it's interesting that,
That does
they
look
have
more premium
They
than
have
the
the
Austin Nichols
101
bottle.
in the fifths in plastic and in glass. So it's interesting that they.
If there's a glass option, always buy the glass option.
No.
But that just tells you what they're catering that way. I mean, it's kind of.
They're appealing. Well, because Wild... I don't mean this as a diss, but you're going to get what I'm saying when I say this. I feel like Wild Turkey 101 is kind of having a moment like PBR did a while ago.
Okay, yeah.
Where it like, everything that's old becomes new again, and it suddenly is seen in a different light.
Fun fact, things in a plastic bottle are going to lose their freshness faster than in a glass bottle.
Oh, wow.
Totally.
So
Tracks.
if it's in a plastic bottle, it's more likely to oxidize faster because
Tracks.
you've got the screw top. You
Charred
can't seal in and seal out the extra oxygen to go through.
So really quick,
Glass is better.
glass is better. So a little vanilla, a little cinnamon.
And you can hold it on the front of your mouth for a long time and enjoy the sweetness. I mean, you don't have to rush this. I mean,
No.
some not bottom shelf but second tier bourbon, you've got to go ahead and drink it.
Yeah.
This, I think it. I
And
just
let
think
it
it's
hang
good.
out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great doggle hunt for me.
I think that's absolutely true. And I think that's what we've always consistently rated it.
But while we're here today, is actually what's coming up next.
So next up, we have the long-awaited Wild Turkey 101 with the 8-year age statement on the bottle. So this has been available in Japan for years, but we finally got it here in the States because people like B whined enough that they heard him.
What's wrong with that? Now it's the same
It got
101,
results.
yeah, same 101 proof, but now with the declared 8-year age statement. That's just not a number. To me, that's a flex.
Speaking about all these 90s references.
Heck yeah.
This is the first time since 1992 the age statement has been on a bottle of 101 in the States.
Well, that means that rock music's about to get better.
So earlier this year I went to Japan. I saw many 8 and 12-year 101s in Tokyo a few months back. I'm glad to see at least the 8-year coming around into the States again. My fingers are crossed for the 12-year one. I really regret not bringing one home.
We regret it too.
Yeah.
I literally maxed out the amount of liquor I could put in my bag. That customs guy was like, "You're good.
close.
You're close, but you're good."
But you couldn't fit anymore. So what are we gonna get on the flavor profile? On this
So you're gonna get richer oak, darker fruit, maybe some molasses. You know what it was in Wild Turkey 101, but with a deeper resume and a passport. So a little bit older, more mature.
It's just a little more.
Yeah, a little more
step
mature.
up, a step up. And speaking of step up, the price steps up a little bit too. The MSRP for this one comes in around $50, but depending on where you live, you may not be able to find it at MSRP, and it's going to require bingo level luck to find it.
Yeah. Just to comment on that, the Wake County ABC store should be either the largest or the second largest ABC organization.
I'm
in the
sure
state.
it and Charlotte Mac probably
they've got to go
alternate.
back and forth, right?
Yeah.
But I've yet to see it in a Wake County store. But I go down to little old Lewisburg, where the ABC store is not much bigger than our little office / studio / downstairs room. And it's just sitting on the shelf. Like, it's just there.
Yeah.
And people are finding it all over North Carolina, but
Not in Wake
not here.
County.
A little bit more mature of the bacon spices. Like instantly, I can tell. You know what that dusty smelled like in that video?
Yeah, I remember.
It was horrible, but I can tell.
Like my grandma's basement?
Yeah, like your grandma's basement. I can tell that this is definitely probably 1 or 2 years older, because if they got rid of the age statement, it wouldn't obviously be 8 years. It'd probably
you're
be 7
correct
or
there.
6.
Yep.
Like you could tell that it spent more time in a barrel just from the smell alone.
Peanut is much stronger.
I smell the peanut stronger on this one than I did the regular 101.
Yeah, I didn't
Do you want
smell
to
the
smell?
peanut.
Do you
on
want
the
to compare
regular
it
one.
now?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I had peanut, but this
yeah.
is much more peanut.
Yeah, agreed.
What do you get? More peanut?
I'm processing.
He's the scientist.
I am getting definitely more matured oak out of the smell. Just everything is, and I wish I would have had I'm gonna taste or smell this
You're
one.
fine. This is heightened now compared to
Yeah,
that
definitely
Yeah.
more heightened. Definitely, and I think if you look at the non-age statement one, the non-age statement one is probably, if they're not gonna put an 8-year on it, probably a 7 or 6 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think probably 6.
Probably
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
I can definitely smell that this is a little noticeably more old or more aged.
I mean, if the deal is that they might be, this is not knocking. If they're getting the flavor profile they want by mixing some 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. That's the purpose of taking the age statement off.
Right.
But in several interviews, the Russells have talked about wanting to get back to an age-stated bourbon, and
That doesn't surprise me.
they're probably using the downward trend a little bit to be able to say, yeah, we can do this.
Is it true that if they use anything that's less than 8 years old, even if it's a blend between something 8 and less,
you've got to do the youngest
Absolutely.
bourbon in the
Yeah.
the youngest bourbon in the bottle
has to
is
be what
the
is on the
age
label.
statement. So this has to be at least 8 years old.
It's 101 but heightened a little bit.
Yes.
There's more oak.
There's more oak. Do you taste darker fruit?
The spice is a little more pronounced. It's actually less. This one actually to me is a little more baking spice, a little less straight cinnamon than the 101. What about you, B?
Do you think that one of the reasons they might have gone to this 8 years, the 70th anniversary, which we're about to taste against it, was so popular, and it is age stated at 8 years.
Right.
Maybe its popularity showed them.
I'm sure
there's
that
something
didn't
to
hurt.
this.
I'm sure that did
Right?
not hurt.
Because
yeah.
it is heightened. And when we compared the 70th to the 101 months ago, what we said was the 70th was better.
It blew us away.
But it was, it's not like it's a whole new ball game. But it's like you
No.
have this
Yeah.
different you have some more heightened expression of taste, and that's what I get here.
Final thoughts on the 8-year.
Real
great.
conversations.
It's a little better. It's definitely a little better than just your
I'm gonna
run of the
compare
mill
just a little
101.
bit.
Yeah.
You can taste the age on it. Like I said, it's got a little passport on it. It's got a little resume beefed up, you know?
I do get more peanut on the smell. I don't know that I get it any more on the taste, but I do get it in the aroma.
It went to Tokyo versus Idaho.
Hold on. No, that's they're two different places. And
That's what I'm saying. This one got an international flight. That one went
Okay,
domestic.
yeah. I thought you were looking at like ranks of cities. You know? Like, what city in Idaho are you talking about?
None of them. I've been to Idaho.
Boise,
it's not worth it.
Boise.
I've been to Idaho.
It's like going from
not
0
worth
to
it.
1,000.
Sorry, Bob.
I don't do landlocked very well. So
So are you going to take it up and hush your mouth, or is it still a dog will hunt?
it's still a doggle hunt for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it up, but it's
done well.
Noticeably better.
It might be a dog will hunt that if you bought this one, you're not going to be as prone to let someone mix it.
Yeah. You're going to say, hey, wait, taste it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just because you're spending a few extra bucks
You're
on
spending
it.
$10 more on it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they still do, you're still not. It's not like you're cutting an arm off, right? I mean,
It's not like you got your Heaven Hill 19 or 18.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. Or Russell's 15 or
Yeah.
any of those. What are you talking about?
So here we go. We're going to get to the crown jewel of the Wild Turkey 101. Now, this is the 70th anniversary bourbon. It's a tribute to Jimmy Russell's 7-decade reign over Kentucky's rickhouses. And like we said, we originally tasted this a few months ago when we also had a Dusty. Mm-hmm. And that was really exciting. So we're going to have the links to that above we've already had those links. So please check that out. And as you see, we've enjoyed this one a little bit.
Just a little. So, just like the 101 8-year, this one's also 8 years old, and it says it on the bottle. But it's a limited edition release designed to honor Jimmy's legacy. So, it's more than a bourbon. It was basically like a thank you tribute to everything that Jimmy has meant to the company. Yep. And rumor has it, right, that he actually hand-selected the barrels from the certain rick houses. And you know what? If I trust anybody to select barrels, it's Jimmy Russell.
So in a way, this is the 8-year 101 with select barrels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a
Jimmy Select.
Jimmy Select barrels.
Yeah,
Which
this ain't
is
just a Select.
That ain't like you and I
Well,
going to
no,
select barrels.
but it's yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
So it's. I guess this is in his perfect world. If he could define what 101 tastes like at all times,
Yes.
this is it.
That's a good way to phrase it. It's like 101 as he envisions it. Yeah, at its best. So for the flavor, we are supposed to get sweet oak, smooth honey, a little spice, and that signature turkey backbone. So you know it's got to have some cinnamon, guys. It's balanced, it's rich, and it's classic.
It's going to hit around $75, and if you live in our county, they never ordered any for our ABC stores.
Apparently.
It is listed on the website now. It's out of stock in all
stock.
locations,
And
but
it's never been in stock, but it's listed.
but
That's
it was
great.
but it was not listed when it first came out.
Well, there we
That
go.
doesn't help us.
So it is limited. So at some point it is going to run out in stores, and then the price is going to go up. So if you do find it, and there were Costco's and Sam's Clubs across the country that had it by the crate, you should buy. You should buy.
Buy 2.
Yeah, buy several.
3 maybe. Send us 1. And also, if Aaron disappears with this bottle after the episode, we're going to know why. Because you can't find it here.
Look, if it's gone, just assume it followed me. Some things just know where they belong.
In that nice new truck.
In that nice new truck. I kid you not, this is probably my favorite out of all of them.
This is such a cool escalation of a base. Because the base is the same. But it's like good, better, best.
Yeah.
But so the finish on this, I taste the nut a little bit on the finish more. Mm-hmm. It's moving into that that Baker 7 category.
Not quite as
Not
strong.
quite.
But
No,
yes.
no, because that's basically a jar of peanut butter.
You're right.
But the finish on this, and I think that comes from good pronouncement of oak. Mm-hmm. I mean, when that oak presents itself, when it's not too tannin, when it's still got that freshness to it, and it's just good. I mean, it's just
a
good.
solid pour. It's a solid pour. I really like the balance here between the oak, the caramel, the cinnamon. It to me, this just and Jimmy picked it. That's probably why.
Well, you know, when you get a good barrel pick,
Yeah, it can often do that.
you get this cool balance. Like we've had a really good barrel pick of Old Forester.
Yes.
Barrel select, and then we've had a one that was okay, and we sat and compared to one another, and there was a noticeable difference. So
It also depends on who's picking it.
that's my point. Yeah, if you get a good barrel select, this is you know.
So essentially, this is essentially the 70th anniversary of Jimmy Russell barrel pick.
And what at a blend of a barrel pick. Yeah, it's blended barrel pick, which is he's able to really dial that in.
Yeah. What do you think, Aaron?
So not gonna lie, if I taste this right after the 8 year, this one tastes older, even though it's still 8 years.
Interesting. Let's compare.
To me, it tastes just a little bit older, and I don't know if that's because
now is older for you smoother?
Older for me is a little bit more, and I don't want to say dusty because dusty's got a different connotation to it, but it's a little bit more like.
I think it's smoother.
Well, smoother, and I think more balanced. So, you know, me and my graph. I love my graphs.
We know.
So, like, more balanced.
We've been waiting to put an Aaron graph on that wall.
Oh, my God.
A tasting graph by Aaron.
I hear what you're saying, though.
I don't know how to describe it.
It's almost like the flavors have melded a little more.
Yeah.
Like they've had a little more time.
I don't know if it's because it's the specific barrel, and the specific barrel aged better in the 8 years.
Yeah.
Or if it's because they're adding 8 and 9 and 10 and 12. Because they do have a 12-year product. Maybe they're blending
it could be.
So when we talk about your graph, I see what you're saying, and that this would be round in terms of your. There's no peak. Just it comes in.
Peak, yeah.
You enjoy it.
It's just,
it rolls nicely.
It rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, and I think for some people, I think some people call that smoother. Some people call it balanced, and what you get is you feel that's age.
Yeah.
So I'm smoother because I'm older.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've had time to average out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, rolled off my edges.
That's exactly it.
So where are we going to rank this one?
It's a high hush your mouth for me.
I would say high hush your mouth too. Yeah. What's the one above that?
Cock of the walk.
Russell's 15 is cock of the walk.
No, I don't remember what I rated it last time, but I don't think it's just like Russell's 15 level.
Yeah.
It's definitely
it's not
upper.
Supposed to be.
And things fluctuate and move depend on what you're tasting it against. I mean, I think it's definitely our favorite of
and
these
your
three.
mood and the day, and have you had anything before it? What did you have before it? But for me, this is it's a step up from the other two, so that's where I want to put it.
I still marvel at the fact that if we continued this vertical drinking, we would need Russell's 10, Russell's 12, and Russell's 15,
and Russell's Reserve,
because they're all the same. Mash bill. But in summation, so Wild Turkey does it with one mash bill. Then we've got one of our other favorite distillers, which is Bardstown. And they do it with a gazillion mash bills. So there's more than one way to do this.
Yeah. Oh, well, and that's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I had to pick a horse to tie up to, it's going to be Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Because is it the same ingredients? It's just different how you age it, where you put it.
Yeah, where
the rick house,
and how.
the age, and where.
Yeah.
So
isn't that crazy?
It is insane how you can manipulate the exact same ingredients.
Well, there was even one time we did a Baker 7 versus a Baker 7. One just had about 6 months to a year.
Had a year later.
Had a year on it, and I could tell the difference. Yeah. And that's insane. That's stupid. It's like it's the same thing, but it's crazy.
All right.
So
well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Aaron, thanks for joining us back here.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed it. It's always nice to have some youth behind the barrel. Because some people are reaching that peak and they're starting to, be those cougars at the local pool. And sometimes it's nice to bring some youth back to the barrel.
Okay.
I gotta go to the local pool.
See?
There you go.
Maybe I'm just now hitting my prime.
Maybe that's what it is.
Those HOA fees paying off.
Our community pool opens on May 19th, but until then...
Yeah, until then.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
I'm going to come out there with this bottle.